Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to not exactly a speed run, but it is our attempt to get to the ELO rating of 2100. As you can see here at the bottom of my screen, we are 2009s, and we are going to fire up a game against Amaterasu, God of Sun. And I'm not familiar with this flag. Kind of seems like a Turkish flag, but I know that's definitely not Turkey. It's Tunisia, country in Central North Africa, just south of Malta. But why do you care about that? You shouldn't and you don't. We're here for chess, and our opponent plays something called the French defense. The French defense is when I play e4 and he plays e6. You always want to grab the center. He fights for the center here, and we're going to say advance. Actually, we already played that. And then he tries to break us down. We're going to say no, do not break us down. And okay, we're just going to keep matching him. Notice that somehow, some way, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, and it's his move. How has he developed before we are? It's because we took an extra pawn push. So it actually gives black a quote-unquote lead in development. Now I'm going to play this weird move, knight to a3. This is theory, so I only know to play this because I've played it before. And the reason is because oftentimes they take, we take back, and he jumps here, having two attackers. I like having my knight, both knights as protectors. Simply said. It honestly doesn't matter though. I know that sounds weird, like what do you mean it doesn't matter? What I'm trying to say is chess openings are overrated, in my humble opinion. And he threw in the move a6, but it looks like he's continuing that plan of attacking this pawn. So I want to develop this, but I don't want to block my queen's access to that square. Then again, it's still fully protected, thanks to my two knight maneuvers. It's still fully protected. So we can afford to block our queen's access to the d4 square. And we should also consider taking here, creating some weird pawn structure over on his king side, whereas our pawns are looking quite healthy. Probably not going to take it though, because I don't want to give up a very strong bishop. So unlike the speedrun, I don't expect to win just consistently. We're going to have some wins, some losses. So even though I'm explaining the opening, my explanation will be flawed at certain times, of course. One option is taking back, and then castles. But before we even do that, why not just castle? Okay, now he takes there. So we can consider taking with the knight. We can consider taking here. Honestly, taking with the knight is actually interesting. I would normally take with the pawn, but this pawn is going to kind of be a weakness. So maybe we improve our knight and we take with the knight. Okay, now if we take with this knight, this pawn's going to fall. So now we have to take with this knight, and that's completely fine. This bishop looks pretty good. He might end up castling queenside. His bishop might come here right now. Who knows? Let's see what we can play. That's what I'm saying about opening theory. Yes, I knew some opening moves, but it's not like all of a sudden we're winning the game. So, and another kind of like ironic thing about opening theory. By the way, guys, I'm going to drop my bishop back. Although, let me finish that thought in a second. He's attacking this twice. He's also attacking this pawn. But if he takes that pawn, we'll give up another pawn. And we're going to get this. So maybe all three of these pawns will disappear soon. But the ironic thing about knowing opening theory is that even if you know 13 moves of opening theory, that just means the position is equal. because you don't study bad moves, or else why would you study it? You study good moves with good responses. So you can study a position 13 moves deep and the evaluation will be 0.00 or maybe 0.5, you know. Well, what do we want to do? We could play this move. I just don't want to run into this. Honestly, I would normally play a3, but then he does take here. So it seems like a waste of time. I could also just play this. I could also play this. What if we play... Yeah, I'm actually unsure here. We could also try... No. Let's play this move. Now we're not running into that. We could also just drop back here. Our queen is clearly... But then again, yeah, actually, if we do this, he has this move, which is quite annoying. So he's playing this pretty well, I have to say. I'm sad to admit, but gotta give him credit. If we move this bishop, then he's going to, like, skewer us. So maybe we actually play this move. I know it's an awkward move. But now if he takes and we take, he cannot skewer us. So I'm trying to control the b5 square. But well played by our Tunisian opponent. And of course, as the game keeps going, we're going to speed up with less explanations. Okay, he takes it. Let's take back. This is still hanging, but at the very least, we maybe win this pawn back. TBD. There's something I misplayed, probably. I mean, definitely. Okay, so he lets us hang on to this pawn somehow. Do we just want to push up like this? Probably not the best move, but let's play it. I can't keep thinking too long on each move. Okay, he castles. Let's own this file, at least for the time being. We're going to get some luft. Material's completely even, so it's not like we're losing, but we don't have an advantage. I think that's fair to say. Okay, we're going to push h4. Two functions, giving luft to our king, but also preparing maybe to block it up with h5. What if he's kind of being annoying, so what if we just try this now and just kick him? I don't see any downside, really. Don't see any downside. Yeah, maybe get this move in if possible. Okay, so he just kind of wasted one move, I guess. Not that we improved our position, but... See, I just don't have a plan here. This seems a little crazy, but it's also quite tempting. Maybe we go for it. Okay, say goodbye to king safety. We're going to open up the game. Sometimes you got to be the one to just roll the dice. I don't think grandmasters would give you that advice, but I'm not a grandmaster. Okay, that was an interesting move. First of all, our queen can come in, but then he kicks us. I think this is actually still okay. Let's just bust it open at this point. This is protected. We have 3. We have plenty of defense on this square, so not worried about that. If our knight got here, that would be very scary for him. Takes, 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 ideas. And then our queen would be threatening checkmate. Boom, take back with our knight first, then he just trades. So I'd probably take back with the bishop first. We also just have to keep an eye on this connection. Cannot give that up. We could probably push our king up and swing around. One thing I will say is like what's the word I'm looking for? My courage to blast open the game with G4 has at least gotten all of the ideas rolling. Like at least now we have a purpose, we have a goal. Whereas had I just played something slow, I didn't know what to play there. Okay, we can trade 1 for 1, that's no worries. I didn't know what to play here. Had I played something slow, maybe just like queen over, it's like, where's my plan going? Okay, so he's defending like this. We could still take this pawn though, that's the funny thing. Which seems very interesting. Let's take the pawn. Queen maybe is going to come in. He wants to check me, but that's still not checkable. That's not available. Maybe coming up here is a decent idea, because now I could get my rook involved if need be. We could actually do that right away. We could take this too, which is something to consider. Maybe that's best. We take the pawn. All right, we're very wide open. Okay, so now, see now, first of all, his rook is pinned, but unfortunately we don't have anything to attack it with. We're lining up a discovered attack, although I don't see any juicy discoveries yet. Okay, he gets out of it, wise. I would love to get my queen like over here. There's also this move, which seems very active. Lining up this. So I'm just trying to keep the punches coming, keep the flow running. We're up 1 pawn, it's not enough. Our king is very exposed. We have basically no coverage. But look at his king. Where's his coverage? Basically has none. That's a check, but it doesn't work. He has plenty of defense on here. So what we can do is line up like this. This would be a threat, not that it does anything. Although maybe it wins in exchange. He has to block. Okay, he does this. I'd like to reinforce my bishop with my queen. I'd love to get my queen involved. If he wants to trade that, please be my guest. And also, this check is probably possible now. It was probably possible last move too. I should have considered this. But then he might have just... I'm not sure what he would have done actually. We can still consider it now. This is probably a good check, I think. But we need to be very careful. We can also take first and then give a check. That seems reasonable. Yeah, this looks good. He's going to come here. Or maybe... goes here. He blocks with his bishop, though. Damn. Did we miss something? Probably not. Okay. Here we get this. So what about this and then check here? Check here now. He has to come down, but then... Oh, shit. Check. Ding. Ah, damn it. Are we losing? Not losing, but we're losing our pressure. This is obviously... I mean, at the very least, we're up a pawn, but I wanted more. This is an idea. This is not a good idea. Takes, check. Takes, boom. It'd be a bishop against a knight. We're up a pawn. There's also... Yeah, let's keep the flow. Let's keep the flow. I don't want to just trade queens and go into the endgame. Let's keep the pressure. I feel like we're pressuring, so why not? Time's getting pretty low, though. We're going to have to pay attention to that. Okay, trade. We can respond instantly. All right, I see what he wants. Do we go for the end game? Just for a reason of time, I am going to. But now we got to be careful about this pawn. I don't see him getting there anytime soon, so let's move our knight. We're kind of hitting this at the moment. Okay, he wants to come here, which is very concerning, actually, damn it. So let's get on to the dark squares. We need to get on to dark squares. Was this similar to yesterday's video? I don't really remember. It's been 24 hours. My mind's been cleared. No, it's not. Okay, that was probably a smart move by him. We have to take it. And he's going to get it back, but at the very least, we're not losing a pawn. Let's try this. We need to come over. Simply said, we need to come over. And let's be fast. So I might turn down the talking, guys. All my explanation basically led to an even position where we're up one measly pawn. But better than being down a pawn. Okay. Let's hit him. Let's come on over here. Everything's on dark squares at least. So that's one good sign. This might be a good idea. I think we have a slight advantage thanks to our pawn. And also knights are very tricky in these endgames. Because unlike his bishop, we can go to multiple different squares. Different colors, that is. He can only be on light squares. We can be on any square color we want. Takes is definitely something I would do. If not, maybe we check him and we try to slide in. Or we could check here possibly. Okay, so he does this check. Let's give this check. Maybe we drop here, maybe we come here. Let's hit him there and that gives us time to come in. Oh shit, he missed it. Let's go. The pressure paid off. We're gonna get the win. Just pick up the pawns and go after it. That pawn's gonna be way too slow, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him, it's obviously a good thing for us. Okay, we're obviously willing to go 1-for-1. He's really trying. He's pre-moving and stuff. It's like, bro, you lost. Okay, now we're just gonna mess around with him because he wants to be. Okay, I'm just making sure there's no stalemates, by the way. Yeah, now he has to go here. So now there would be a stalemate if we didn't play this properly. So I should probably... How do you do this? Oh, you can do this. I'm just making sure there's no stalemate. I'm probably too slow to pull this off. I'm not thinking clearly, but yeah, let's just get the checkmate. Sorry, guys. I wanted to do a checkmate with the king, but with 11 seconds, my mind was freaking out. But that's 2-0, and we're 2016. So let's take a quick look at the game review and see what if we see the screen now. 84 is nothing to be ashamed of, but it could also be better. So the opening was that advanced French. This move was, I guess, a book move. And everything was basically fine. This was apparently not the right idea. Just taking back was... Or I guess taking with this is the best, but... So what's the best move then? Mr. Stockfish. If this is a mistake... Bishop takes on f5 is best. Okay. And now f takes on d4. Because now if he does this, it's pinned. Okay, whatever. Okay, thank you, Stockfish. This was fine. Yeah, things got a little scary here. This h4 was best here. Think about that. Okay. Oh, I'm glad we got that move, just preventing this very scary skewer. So I'm glad we got that move correct. This was best too. It was kind of surprising. This was good. It's a very even position. Ooh. Our courage paid off. Let's keep going. Rook takes on c8 first was better, I guess. It wanted me to go here, here, and then e takes f6. Bishop takes, and now, haha. And now, yeah, e5. Ooh, look at all this. Everything's coming. Okay, I like that. We didn't play that, obviously. We took immediately, but we still have a slight advantage here. How did we lose our advantage? Knight to h2 was better. Okay, I would have never played this, to be honest. But okay. Taking, yep, that's great. We have a +3. All of these ideas were good enough. And did we somehow like lose? Yeah, we lost massive advantage right here. Knight to g5 was better. Hitting that. So let's see. He takes now this. That's checkmate. Think about that. All right. We missed a massive gain. But, oh no, we lost the entire advantage with this move. Apparently a5 was better. Yeah, get off the dark squares immediately. But somehow, some way, yeah, like this move is literally not even bad, quote unquote, because he couldn't protect his bishop. And the rest was easy. So guys, thank you for watching, and join me again in tomorrow's video. It was a pleasure. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.